problem with customer support metrics. So my problem is that I have, at least let me present you my case. So my assumption is that usually the support metrics do not tell you whether customers actual problem was solved or not. Okay, and that is the core reason that customer support department exists, to solve customers problem. So let me share what I'm trying to tell. So these are the common metrics that we all measure in customer support departments. First response time, that's a good metric, but it doesn't tell you that whether customer problem is solved. Tickets closed, well, after a certain time, tickets are automatically closed. This is the, if you're using Zendesk kind of tool, you would know that tickets are automatically closed after a certain time, whether if user has not responded. So ticket close does not also tell you whether customer problem is solved or not. Ticket resolution time, it also doesn't indicate anything. How do you rate this conversation, or any kind of rating, NPS? This, you would argue that this would indicate whether customer problem is solved or not. But my counter argument is this metric also is not uh, very reliable, and let me tell you why. Because customer has to give rating based on the two core elements. One is how customer, how the CS representative handle the conversation. So maybe some CS representative are very nice with chat and on call, and they give you excellent, awesome service. And customer are like human beings, and they would rate the conversation high because they had a positive experience with the support person. But it does not tell you that the second thing that customer has to keep in mind when giving this rating is that whether my actual issue is resolved or not. Now customer is in dilemma that whether I should give rating based on my experience with the representative, or whether I should give it based on the actual issue is resolved or not. And that is why this rating is often unreliable, and also does not clearly tells you uh, customer's problem is resolved or not. And that is why my proposed solution has always been, and I have literally experienced this, and people and companies have found significant improvement after implementing this metric, and that is asking a one very simple question after the call or chat has ended: is your problem solved or not? And you give just two options, yes or no. So if you give these two options to customers, it will give you a very clear indicator that how many problems your team has been able to solve and how many not. And oftentimes you would see that many problems are not being solved, even though customer support team has nothing to do with that, because maybe they are not empowered, do not have enough data, and this is usually happens. It's not their fault, but for some reason customer problem is not being solved. So that is why implement this metric, and it would like literally start telling you that where the problems are, and your next goal should be to convert these no's to yes. So you should have a follow-up conversation with all these customers who select no, and then make sure that their problems are solved, and then you send the survey again and make sure that whoever selected no, they should now select yes. And until these customers select yes, the ticket should not be closed. I mean, this is my 2 cents. Hope it adds some value. Thank you for listening.